What's up? It's Friday. It's me, Erica. We down here, honey. Lord have mercy. Everybody just driving too fast, honey. That man was in a Mustang, honey. I know he was driving fast, ignorant ass. So what's going on, y'all? We down here. We talking about it's Friday. It's what's her name's birthday today? Happy birthday, Beyonce. Happy birthday, Beyonce. What else is going on? Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. So we down here to talk about a few things. I'm gonna see if I can get everything in this video, because I really don't want to talk about any of it too long, because I realize, like, you know what, I'm tired of talking about this shit, and that's just real tea, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk. I'm listening to Monica's new song. I like the chorus, and that's about it. I don't like she could have kept the nigga off the song, Lil Baby. So maybe that was the attempt to reach the kids, but I'm not with that. Oh shit, I forgot my earrings. It's okay. It's okay, girl. So I saw Marriage Boot Camp last night. I watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which was not a lot. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills first, because then I want to talk about Marriage Boot Camp, and we'll try to see if I could do this in both. And then I want to talk about that lady, Jessica Keurig, this white woman who's been living her life as a black woman, honey, writing articles for Essence and everybody else. So I want to talk about her too. Girl, somebody said, were you living a double life? She said, no, bitch. I was living a full lie. I wasn't a white woman sometimes. I was a black woman all day. The whole life was a lie. So we're going to talk about that. I gotta keep the car on. I'm not happy about that, but it's okay, because I charged my phone this morning. At least I thought I did, and it should have been charged, but the boys use it throughout the day, so it wasn't charged. So I put in the charger. I've been up for like a long time, and the whole time the charger wasn't on. So I had like 30-something%, and wasn't gonna do what we was gonna do down here. I need to get me a camera, to be quite honest. I think that's the next thing that's gonna happen is a camera, a real camera. But that means, okay, well, anyways, so let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I only have one page of notes. It really wasn't that much. They welcomed Garcelle. Garcelle, let's talk about the fashions. Garcelle looked cute. I loved Garcelle's outfit. I thought it was cute, especially her hair and the headdress that she had on. Kyle looked predictable. The high pony, I don't know. Lisa, her, and the color that she had on was pretty, Kyle. Who else is there? Lisa Rinna, regular, nothing spectacular. Erica Jane looked really nice. I think Sutton, actually, Sutton was on like an after show, and she had on black with a red lip, baby. I was like, come on, Sutton. This one, she kind of looked plain to me. You know, she was giving me plain Jane, but she looked fine. She didn't look like she looked on that after show where she really looked nice. Teddy looked nice, baby. I love Teddy's hair. Come on, give you a little soft, wavy pink ponytail. Pony looked like it looks like, when I mean a ponytail, I mean a tail of a pony. That's what I'm talking about. That's how her hair was, like waving. Like I said, come on, Teddy. I like Teddy's pink hair. I really do. I don't know who told her to do that, but it's really cute. Denise looked like I don't know. She looked like a floozy to me. I don't know what the fuck she had on, a slip dress with some diamonds coming down, going this way or that. And her makeup was awful. I don't know what's going on with Denise Richards, y'all. I mean, maybe it's just age, because she didn't look. Dorit had on one of those, remember those earrings that were like metal little squares, and they were kind of like side triangles that used to hang. You know what earrings I'm talking about? That is what Dorit's dress looked like to me. Dorit didn't give me, I don't know, she didn't really give it to me like I really wanted to. I think Erica Jane, to me, looked the most crisp. She looked the most crisp down to her nails, baby. I was like, okay, Erica Jane, you better give it to him. Baby, she was so mad at Lisa. Not Lisa, Denise. They were, okay, so they welcomed Garcelle. They talked about Garcelle being the first black woman on there. Kyle said that Kyle was the least welcome. Garcelle, I don't know about that excuse you gave. Like, I was on the show Watch What Happens Live for the first time. I had too much to drink. I couldn't think of anybody's name. So if you couldn't think of anybody's name, the most authentic thing to do would be to say, I felt welcomed by all of them. I really haven't felt talk to me at the reunion and I might have a different answer. Something, I don't know. But that excuse you gave was tied and through. I was like, Garcelle, are you serious? Honey, Kyle started interrupting Garcelle. Garcelle says, you already doing it. You already doing what people have a problem with you about. You interrupt like people want to hear what you got to say more than what somebody else got to say. And Kyle does that. We have respect for everyone. She's like, I glazed over you. And then she said that Garcelle didn't give the donation. I thought that was like, what? Even Garcelle was shocked. She was like, what? Don't do that. Cause they'll try to do that, child. So we'll see. I don't know. I believe that Garcelle, I don't know. I can't even say like, oh, Garcelle, why would you? I don't know. The way that she reacted looked like she was like, girl, what? No, that's not, don't do it. They talked about race. Kyle said that Garcelle wasn't genuine and she wasn't honest about how they were interacting. And they did show clips of them interacting well and being funny with one another. But Garcelle's point was that when it's time to talk about things that require depth, that's not something that you really dive into. And she said, did you think that everybody was nervous being on the show? And like I said the other day about the straights, when it's time to talk about a marginalized group of people where you are the how do you say, you are the one who's privileged in the situation, you are more cautious in the way that you interact or what you say about things, because you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want, anybody to come out and say that you were being intentional or anything like that. So I do understand them, or the idea that they were walking like on eggshells with Garcelle, because you don't want Black Twitter on your neck. And that's just what it is. Nothing's really going to happen to you. You're just going to get, and we just gonna talk about you. And some people go too far. Like, people's fans they really just go too far. And they talked about Erica's son being a cop and how was he doing this and that. Erica looked really nice. I don't know what she was looking at. I don't know if they had all of their images up there, but she kept looking up, which was distracting. I wish she would just have looked this way. I don't know what was going on. Then let's see, Dorit and Sutton. They got on them and talked about how Dorit was over dramatic at that table, and Sutton was like, you didn't come and talk to me later, you brought it up at the table for everyone as if to get a reaction, and I didn't appreciate that. They talked about Sutton giving gift bags, and what's her name was like, you were raised right, I believe you just an old Southern woman who was raised right, and you have good social graces. And that's what I said about Sutton. I was like, she really came through. First of all, Sutton is a friend of the Housewife, and she's on the first segment. She didn't come out later. They're like, okay, well, and let's talk about the new addition to the group. Sutton was up there with the rest of them like she was a regular. So I'm sure she'll be back next season if she decides to come back, because I was like, okay, Sutton up here with the rest of them. Okay, friend. She up here. So she was like, oh yeah, Dorit said that Dorit said that I was buying y'all friendship. And I actually think that I don't know, Sutton is just seems like she likes to give gifts. And people, she got money. That's what I'm about to say. Like, if she got the money, oh girl, you want to be a gift giver? If that's how you express your love for people, then girl, come bring it on. Boots, rain boots, $10,000 purses, girl, what? You know what I'm saying? So It is what it is. So Sutton and Teddy get into it about the pregnant comment. And I'm with Sutton like, girl, you pregnant? Oh, you really about to be boring. But because Sutton doesn't know Teddy and Teddy is boring, really already boring as shit, coming from the viewers, I'm sure that a cast member saying it out loud to you probably made you feel a certain way. But she kept harping on it. And then the way that she dressed. And Sutton, we already know you don't have any room to talk about the way anybody dresses. I don't give a damn, bitch, if you wearing a Fabergé egg. The shit is ugly. It looks ugly. And that's what it is. And we've been talking about your fashions. Maybe next season you will get something else, maybe not. But Sutton was like, that's how I talk with me and my friends, girl. You're really about to be born. You pregnant, you can't drink. That's how we talk with our friends, my friends. So she doesn't know you that well, girl. So what it is, what it is. So they get on Denise. They finally get on Denise. And like they talked about the threesome situation. What was the real reason you were really mad? What did Sammy say? And every time somebody asked Denise what Sammy said, and I'm glad they was clocking Denise, and I think it made Garcelle very uncomfortable, because at one time Garcelle was like, she interjected, and then she was like, I'm gonna choose my battles. You understand? Like, girl, because these girls, honey. And Garcelle looked visibly uncomfortable. She did. She looked uncomfortable. She looked like I was not ready for this shit. Like, that's how she looked. She never said what Sammy said. And we said she never said what Sammy said because what Sammy said didn't fit how she was verbalizing her issue with the group. Because Sammy didn't really have a problem. She really didn't have a problem. And that's all right, Mom. We were actually laughing. And if she told them that, and I'm like, why didn't y'all bring it up to, like, maybe they cut that part out, because I'm like, why didn't y'all allow us to say, well, Sammy said that they were just laughing, so why didn't you share that with the women? Because it wouldn't have fit. It wouldn't have fit. Even though, and I was looking at Denise like, girl, you gotta get, I don't know. I was very uncomfortable with Denise's behavior. It was very, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. And then, like, somebody was like, I don't know what you're doing. And Lisa Rinna's like, she's gaslighting you, girl. She's a fucking arsonist. Like, for real. Like, girl, you sitting up there acting like I'm not. Girl, you were mad. And that's why Erica got mad. Erica was like, girl, I'm out of here. Like, this shit is done because you really, you came to me with the bullshit. Then I thought it was all resolved, but then you went back to 2 other people and still talking about it. But then when you're confronted about it, I'm not mad at you. Girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I was, and Lisa Rinna, let me tell you, baby, y'all, some of y'all don't like Lisa Rinna. Like I say, I have a love-hate with Lisa Rinna. She's not intolerable. She's like, I could tolerate Lisa Rinna. Baby, she was going off on Denise. And I think that's why Garcelle was mad. Because Lisa, that's supposed to be your home girl, 20 years, and you really giving it to her ass. Girl, shut up, you lying. You're a liar. You're a liar. That's what she was doing. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Shut up, Denise. Baby, they was telling Denise to shut up. Like, they were really going. And then when Denise was like, who said that I said bad things about you? They were like, bitch, you said it. Like, you don't even remember. Like, I don't know what's wrong with Denise, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with Denise. I don't know. And then she's like, oh, that's what Erica was like. You think I was talking about your daughters when I said that teenagers have sex? They probably already had some sex. She was like, I was talking that I don't really know if she was talking, because Erica said she was talking about all teenagers. Denise said she thought she was talking about her daughters and how she took offense to that. But here, teenagers have sex. Bitch, when did you start having sex? You know, understand? Yeah, I'm like, what is it? And your daughters, I don't know. I don't even want to get into that fucking thing again. But she said, girl, I was talking about other teenagers. Oh, you thought I was talking about your daughter? Well, Yes, I did. Oh yeah, you would, because it would fit your story. That's why you thought I was you. That's why you're gonna say I was talking about your daughter. I wasn't talking about your daughter. I was talking about all teenagers who have straight sex, gay sex, threesomes. They out here fucking. Basically, that's what Erica wanted to say. Erica was going off. Erica was not having it with Denise Richards. Denise fucking Richards. She was not. She was not. Denise, you lie. You lied. They was on her. They was on her. To me, like I said last night on Twitter, I said a lot of Denise was doing a lot of gaslighting. What? It wasn't even like that. I wasn't even mad. You were mad. And that's why everybody was like, your actions and your words are not matching, girl. People feel your energy and it's off. And it's off. And if you were mad about the situation or upset or felt some kind of way, then say it. Like, bitch, this is how I feel. Okay, that's it. And be honest about it. But you keep saying, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad at you. Yes, Denise, you are upset. You are upset because, truth be told, you didn't want to say what Sammy said because you would have lied on your daughter, because the actions and everything in your response was a lie. Well, you don't know. Well, you don't need to know what conversations I have with my daughter, and the camera is right here. Bitch, we about to know what conversation you had with your daughter. Here's the clip. Mom, we was actually really laughing. It really didn't bother us. Well, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Okay, well, it wasn't a big deal to us. Did you have any questions about anything you heard? That's how you do that. Do you have questions about anything you heard that I could answer? Girl, we already know what a threesome is. We got phones out here. We doing it. We making videos. We doing shit. We out here. So, girl, they was on Denise's ass. Denise said she felt like she was a target. And she was, and it's confusing because she's really trying to protect an image. Like I said, Lisa Rinna was not happy. Erica Jane was not happy. They were not happy with Denise. And we're going to see how it's going to unfold. I'm sure, is it going to be 3 parts? I like the way they did the reunion squares. I like they're getting better, considering that Real Housewives of Atlanta was the first one to have a quarantine. But apparently New York, they actually filmed in the same building. That's how I wanted them to do Atlanta. I wanted them to do Atlanta the way that they did Married to Medicine one year, where they were all sitting at a table, and they were all, and then I felt like it was a table, kind of like a conference room, but with the U, Andy sitting at the U, and then the women sitting on the sides like this. That's how I wanted Atlanta to be, because I was like, y'all can be in the same room. And they're doing New York like that. They're kind of spread out, like sitting in their own like chairs, kind of spread out, which I think looks cute. So we'll see how that turns out. But that's it for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I didn't really get too detailed about it because I didn't want everything to be long. Y'all know what happened, and it's gonna be a second parter, so we can talk about, we can make the things overflow. All right, so let's go to another. I'm gonna do another video because I don't want this to be too long, so I can talk about Tahiri and Joe and them. All right, take care of each other. Peace.